The term eunuch often evokes a singular and often misunderstood image. In the Bible, however, we encounter a more nuanced understanding. Jesus himself, in Matthew chapter 19, verse 12, speaks of three distinct categories of eunuchs. First, there are those who are eunuchs from birth. These individuals, through natural causes, experience life differently. Second, Jesus mentions those who are made eunuchs by men. This category speaks to a harsh reality of the ancient world where individuals were often forcibly subjected to this status. Finally, and perhaps most significantly, Jesus identifies a third category, eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. These individuals, by their own choice, choose a life of celibacy and devotion to God. This threefold distinction is crucial. It shatters any simplistic or monolithic view of eunuchs. It acknowledges the diverse experiences and motivations that might lead individuals to this state, and it underscores the profound truth that God's concern extends to all people, regardless of their physical condition or life choices.
Too often, discussions about eunuchs focus solely on the physical aspect. Yet, Jesus' words in Matthew 19:12 invite us to look beyond the surface. He speaks of a eunuch for the kingdom of heaven's sake. This phrase is revolutionary. It suggests that true eunuchism is not merely a matter of biology, but a matter of the heart. It is about a deep, unwavering commitment to God that transcends earthly desires and expectations. It is about surrendering one's will to the will of the Father, embracing a life of service and devotion.
This understanding challenges us to broaden our perspective. It reminds us that God's call often requires sacrifice, a willingness to lay down our own desires for something greater. This is not to say that singleness is inherently superior to marriage. Rather, it is to recognize the value and dignity of all vocations, whether chosen or given. It is to affirm that God can use each of us in our unique circumstances for His glory.
Let not the foreigner who has joined himself to the Lord say, "The Lord will surely separate me from his people." And let not the eunuch say, "Behold, I am a dry tree."
God's response to this cry of despair is unequivocal. He promises the eunuchs in my house and within my walls a monument and a name better than sons and daughters. They will have an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. These words are revolutionary. In a society that often ostracized and excluded eunuchs, God offers them inclusion, honor, and a place of belonging. He promises them an inheritance, not of earthly possessions, but of something far greater, an eternal legacy within His kingdom. This passage is a powerful reminder that God's love knows no bounds. It extends to all people, regardless of their social standing, physical condition, or perceived differences.
Throughout history, eunuchs have often been subjected to prejudice, misunderstanding, and even abuse. Their stories have been silenced, their voices marginalized. Yet both Jesus and Isaiah challenge us to see eunuchs differently. They call us to recognize their inherent dignity and worth as image bearers of God.
God's embrace of the eunuch is a powerful testament to His heart for the marginalized. It is a reminder that His love extends to those who are often overlooked, rejected, or pushed to the fringes of society. This message is as relevant today as it was in biblical times. We live in a world that still struggles with issues of inclusion and acceptance. We are often quick to judge, categorize, and exclude those who are different from us. Yet the Bible calls us to a higher standard, a standard of love, compassion, and radical hospitality. The biblical teachings on eunuchs have profound implications for the church today. They challenge us to examine our own attitudes and actions towards those who are different from us. Do we welcome and embrace all people, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender identity, or relationship status? Do we create spaces where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued? The church is called to be a reflection of God's love, a place of radical inclusion and belonging. This means extending grace and understanding to those who may not fit neatly into our preconceived categories. It means listening with open hearts and minds, seeking to understand the experiences of those who have been marginalized. It means challenging systems and structures that perpetuate exclusion and inequality. The biblical teachings on eunuchs are not merely abstract theological concepts. They are a call to action, a challenge to live out our faith in tangible ways. We are called to be agents of reconciliation, bridge builders, in a world that is often divided. This begins with examining our own hearts, confronting any biases or prejudices that we may harbor. It means educating ourselves about the experiences of marginalized communities, listening to their stories and amplifying their voices. It means advocating for justice and equality, working to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Let us be a people known for our love, compassion, and unwavering commitment to inclusion. Let us build a church that truly reflects the heart of God, a place where all are welcome, all are loved, and all are valued.